Hi there, I'm Adrian, and today I want to look at the song Shot by Both Sides by Magazine. Now, Magazine are a band who are usually described as being post-punks. Not exactly sure what post-punks are, but I guess they're punks who are a little bit more arty and sophisticated than the original three-chord punks who couldn't really play their instruments very well. But there are many reasons to like the band Magazine, first and foremost of which for me is the guitar playing of John McGeoch. Now that might be a name that's unfamiliar to some of you, but he's a phenomenal player, a really influential player. Everybody from sort of Johnny Marr through to Johnny Greenwood cite him as being a big influence on their playing, and if you don't know his stuff, I highly recommend checking it out. He made 3 great albums with Magazine, went on to play with Susie and the Banshees amongst lots of other great people as well, so check that out. I'm going to be looking at the song Shot by Both Sides, which I'm guessing is probably John McGeoch's very first recording. It was the first recording, the first single put out by Magazine. Fantastic track, and I'm going to show you all of the guitar bits in the song. There's some quite easy bar chord rhythm guitar, a great simple single note riff. Also going to be taking a look at the guitar solo as well, which is a bit more challenging, but really worth putting the effort in to learn it, I think, because it's a really great solo. So let's get started. Let's start with the opening riff then, the one that goes like this. Fantastic riff, this one, and does sound an awful lot like a certain Radiohead riff as well, doesn't it? Now we're in the key of C sharp minor for this song, and we're starting on this C sharp note, which is at the 4th fret on the 5th string. Then we're going to play the 6th and the 7th frets on the same string, moving on to the D string, 5th fret to 6th fret, and then up to the 8th fret, 9th fret, 10th fret, 11th fret. Just got a little chromatic run of notes there. Then on to the 3rd string, 8 to 9, and we're finishing off with this bend. Bending the 11th fret on the 3rd string up a tone, and it's actually one of these unison bends. So as I'm bending the 3rd string, I'm also playing the same note that I'm bending up to on the 2nd string. So I'm holding down the 9th fret on the 2nd string with my index finger whilst bending at the 11th fret on the 3rd string, and you get that nice kind of effect. It's got a really nice kind of dissonant sound as you're bending up the notes to the same pitch. So that's the opening riff, fairly simple to play. I think the timing's simple. It just goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and bend. And I think just re-picking that bend at the end of the phrase as well, I think. So pretty simple to play. Just watch out for the fingering there. Sometimes that's a bit awkward when you're climbing up the neck diagonally like that. I think I'm doing it all with my index finger and 3rd fingers. So starting on index finger, then 3rd, back to index finger, and then 3rd finger all the way here, index finger, and then 3rd finger for the bend. So that's the opening riff, which is played at the start of the song, is also played during the choruses. Now underneath that there's this rhythm guitar part which goes like this. Fairly simple kind of strumming bar chords here. I should point out that there are actually 2 different versions of this song, 2 different recordings. There's the original single version of the song, and then the band re-recorded it for the album Real Life, and there are some kind of subtle differences between the 2 recordings. I think on the single version, this rhythm guitar part is much more just root and 5th power chords. So and then on the Real Life version you can hear hear that he's playing full bar chords. You can hear some major and minor thirds in there. So I'll leave it up to you which approach you take on this. But let me just show you the bar chords. We're just playing simple C sharp minor bar chord here, 5th string root. There's the C sharp at the 4th fret on the 5th string. Then I've got the 6th fret on the 3rd and 4th strings, 5th fret on the 2nd string, and you can just bar the 4th fret on the top string if you want to. It's C sharp minor, then going to G sharp minor, barring all the way across the guitar at the 4th fret there, and also holding down the 6th fret on the 5th and 4th strings. Then going down here to an F sharp bar chord, so barring at the 2nd fret, holding down the 4th fret on the 5th and 4th strings, and the 3rd fret on the 3rd string as well. Then we're back to C sharp minor. So we've got a bar on each of these chords. The right hand is something like this. But I don't think you need to be too fussy about exactly what right hand part you're playing. I think just keep strumming down and up in 8th notes, and you should get a feel for that. But roughly something like this: 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 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 and so on. But the secret there is just to keep your picking hand moving up and down and feeling the rhythm and the groove of the song. So that's the intro and the chorus, both guitar parts. Let me show you the verse guitar part now. That sounds like this. We're really just going back and forth between these two chords, the C sharp minor, which I just showed you, and the B major chord here. It's a 5th string root bar chord, got the B there at the 2nd fret on the 5th string, then barring at the 4th fret on the 2nd, 3rd and 4th strings, going back and forth between those two chords. The cool thing here, I think, is those scratched notes, those kind of percussive scratches. So we're achieving that just by playing the C sharp bar chord, then just releasing pressure with the left hand to get those muted strings. So I think we're playing the chord on beat 1. Then we got 3 scratches, squeezing the chord down again. So 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Then we're going down to the B major. Play that through several times. Then at the end of the verse, just sort of leading into the chorus, we've got this really cool kind of build up, all played on this F sharp major bar chord, so barring at the 2nd fret there, and it's just a major bar chord. Starting off, we're just focusing on the lower notes in that chord and palm muting with the side of the picking hand. And then just gradually increasing volume and releasing that palm mute to lead us into the chorus. So and just opening up your picking to allow in some of the higher notes in the chord as well. So that's the verse part of the song there. Just for completeness sake, there is a little guitar overdub that you can hear on the verses as well that goes like this. But very simple, just the same notes that we found in the opening riff. It's just all on the 5th string, 4th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret, back to the 6th fret. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I think we do that 3 or 4 times, then the last time doing that, but listen out for that on the recording and you should be able to get that together. It's quite straightforward. Okay, this guitar solo then, which is fantastic, one of my favourite post-punk alternative type guitar solos. Lots of great stuff in here, some really weird stuff in here as well, which I like a lot. Now, I should point out that for the solo we've got a key change on our hands, that the whole solo is played over the same chords as the chorus but moved up 2 frets. So we kind of moved to the key of D sharp minor. I got A sharp minor, G sharp, back to D sharp. So that's the underlying harmony of the guitar solo. And let me show you the solo then. Once again, there are 2 different versions of this. There's the single version and the album version of the solo. They're very similar, but there are a few little details which are slightly different. So I'm going to show you the album version of the guitar solo. If you want to get really nerdy, then I suggest learn the album version. Then you can compare and contrast yourself with the single version, and you should be able to pick up on some of the differences there. But let me show you the solo in 2 halves. If I show you the first half of the solo to begin with, goes like this. Got something like that. So we're starting off with these double stops played on the top 2 strings up at the 11th fret, just barring at the 11th fret with my index finger on the top 2 strings. And we've got this quick down up down with the pick at the start, and then we're re-attacking that twice more. And I should point out, I think we're coming in on the second half of beat 4, so it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, like so. Then I'm going to play the 13th fret on the 3rd string to the 11th fret, then the 11th fret on the 2nd string, and the 11th fret on the top string. That note's a bit indistinct on the original recording, but I think that's what he's hinting at there. Then we've got the first of these nice semitone bends. This happens quite a lot in this solo. I'm bending at the 13th fret on the top string, and I'm bending up 1 fret or a semitone. So bending at the 13th fret on the top string. Then I'm repicking the bent note and releasing it. So bend, pick, release. Then I'm playing the 11th fret on the top string. Then we've got another similar bend on the 2nd string. So I'm bending again at the 13th fret, up a semitone, release, and this time I'm pulling off to the note at the 11th fret on the 2nd string. So far. Next bit, we've got a great interval skip. We're dropping down to the 13th fret on the 5th string, then we got the 12th fret on the 4th string, 11th fret on the 3rd string, back to the 12th fret on the 4th string. Then we've got 11th fret on the 2nd string, to the 12th fret on the 3rd string, back to the 11th fret on the 2nd string, repicking that note, and then 13th fret on the 2nd string, pulling off back to the 11th fret. Apologies if all these fret numbers are flying by thick and fast. I will try and post the full tab and music to this up on my website, so if you check that out, you might be able to go through that a bit more at your leisure. So far we've got this. Then we got, I think this is my favourite bit of the solo, this another series of little semitone bends, which is fantastic. We're bending at the 13th fret on the 2nd string, releasing and then pulling off to the 11th fret. Then we're really doing the same thing on the 3rd string, but this time at the 12th fret, and pulling off to the 10th fret, then doing exactly the same thing at the 12th fret on the 4th string, then back to the 3rd string, and then back to the second string at the 13th fret. So you've got this series of bends. Then we're playing the 12th fret on the third string, 11th fret on the second string, and then we're playing 11th fret on the first and second strings together. So and that's the first half of the solo. If I just play all of that slowly for you. Second half of the solo then goes like this. And we're starting off with this great long slide up the B string, so sliding from the 4th fret all the way up to the 16th fret. Then I'm playing that note 2 more times. Then I'm playing the 18th fret on the B string and bending that, again up a semitone, so from the 18th fret up to the note on the 19th fret. So then releasing the bend, playing the 18th fret again, and then the 16th fret, and then I'm bending that 18th fret note again, releasing the bend and playing the 16th fret note 2 more times. So the whole of that section, 1, 2, 3. Then we're into this great bending section, more of these unison bends that I talked about earlier. So we're basically going between a bend at the 18th fret and a bend at the 17th fret. So as we bend at the 18th fret on the 3rd string, we're holding down the 16th fret on the 2nd string to get that unison sound, and then we're just taking that down 1 fret. And I think we're playing both the strings together, the 2nd and 3rd strings, and I think we're playing just the 2nd string on its own after that. So something like that. Again, you don't need to be super precise with this bit. It's meant to be a little bit wild and messy, I think. So we're going bending at the 18th fret, 17th, 18th, 17th, and then quickly 18th to 17th, and then we do all of that one more time. Except at the end of that, we're bending at the 18th fret, and then we're kind of over bending that even further the second time through. So let me just play it from the start of this section of the solo, just so you can sort of hear how you get into that bit. But we've got the slide, unison bending again, then over bending, just bending that string as far as you can go, and then the last little bit of the solo. Again, some unison bending. This time bending the 14th fret on the B string whilst holding down the 11th fret on the top string. So, and then I think holding the bend and just kind of picking between those 2 strings a little bit, releasing the bend, and then just playing 11th fret on the 2nd string, 12th fret on the 3rd string, and sliding off. And that's the whole of the second half of the solo. So just slowly for you, the whole of that section. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, I mustn't forget the very end of the track, which goes something like this. So we've we've actually got two guitar parts here. We've got the rhythm guitar part, which is just a B, going to a C sharp. I think it's a C sharp major at the end rather than a minor. I can hear that F note in there, I think. So we're just going. Rhythmically, we're coming in on beat 2, I think, for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So it's kind of a rest on beat 1 for that part there. And then an overdub guitar is playing this. This pair of kind of 6th intervals, I think. So index finger is going from the 7th to 9th fret on the top string, and at the same time you're playing 8 to 10 on the 3rd string. Just going back and forth between those two shapes. Again with that rest on beat 1. So 2, 3, 4, 1. So there we go. I think we've covered just about everything there. Remember, I will be posting the music and the tab to this song up on my website, so if you check that out you'll be able to further scrutinise the guitar parts of John McGeoch in some gloriously nerdy detail. I hope you have a lot of fun learning to play this song, and I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. If you have, there are many more that you can find on my website and on this YouTube channel. Take care and hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.